Hey, I just wanted to shoot this before I go to bed. I had seen today an article and a couple of videos and a couple of more articles about the nine unknown men. If you don't know what they are, Wikipedia says it's a book about nine men who, who were tasked by an Indian king, Ashoka, in around 337 BC, but don't quote me on that, to gather knowledge in nine areas of activity. Reference, but no, it was actually nine areas of activity to collect knowledge in these areas. And it's not Neely Fuller's economics, entertainment, education, religion, politics, labor, whatever. It's not Neely Fuller's nine, it's another nine areas of activity. And they were supposed to gather this information, keep it, and guard it so that it won't be abused by humanity. But at times, if they feel like humanity needs a little nudge or a little aid, they can go and give or leak little bits of their knowledge to humanity. Now, the area that pertains to the martial arts is the book is the book of physiology because it's supposed to be things having to do with the body and how to hurt the body. Specifically, how to hurt it with just a touch or a strike or reversing energy along the nerves. Okay? Wikipedia says that it's based on a work of fiction by Talbot Mundy, and it was written around 1923, I believe. Other sources say Talbot Mundy, an English writer, referenced a legend that's been going around India, I guess, for hundreds, maybe almost 1,000 years now or more, where King Ashoka, Emperor Ashoka, licensed these nine unknown men to gather this knowledge and be the stewards of it. And in turn, when one of the nine unknown dies, they pick a successor to carry on in that area. A lot of the articles say that judo was leaked and was made by the knowledge from the nine unknown men. I don't think it was judo. If this is true, I don't think judo is the martial art that was the creation by the works of the nine unknown men. Specifically from the book, the second book is a book called Physiology. That's supposed to be where judo comes from. But when you read what they say the art is, it's not judo. Touching someone on sensitive points and being able to reverse energy along the nerves to cause harm to a person, that's not judo. Judo is known for throwing and pinning. Yes, judo has strikes and it has a temi. That's what they call striking in judo. And it has some nerve points. But that's not the gist of judo. Judo's gist is throwing and pinning. Judo was developed as a way for people to safely practice jujitsu. Kano Jigoro, Dr. Kano Jigoro, or some people say Jigoro Kano, developed judo from two schools of jiu-jitsu. I think it was Kosen Jiu-Jitsu, and I cannot remember the name of the other one. The martial art that you would think of when you're talking about manipulating the nerves and reversing the nerves, that is Kyusho Jitsu and Demok. Now, some people like to say the Kyusho Jitsu and Demok are two things because Kyusho Jitsu is specifically attacking the nerves, and with Demok, you're talking about attacking the arteries and the organs and maybe even the respiratory system and trying to do serious damage inside the body. Where Kyusho is kind of like making the body think that it's hurt, but it's not that hurt. So, if you want to talk about what the martial art is of the nine unknown men, in my opinion, it's not judo. It's Kyusho Jitsu and Demok, those two styles. So, why do I say that? Because I want to let you know where you need to start looking if you want to try to say, well, what would be in physiology? What art are they really talking about? What style? I think they're leaning more towards Kyusho Jitsu and Demok just based on what I've read, specifically Kyusho Jitsu. Now, is that something you can learn from me? Yes. Yes, you can. I put that into what I teach now. But I've only got a first degree ranking in Kyusho Jitsu. Is that something I'm going to teach online? Not necessarily. When I'm doing my applications video that a lot of you don't want to watch, and you definitely think you don't want to pay for. But if you want to learn what Kyusho Jitsu I've got to offer, it's in my application videos. When I'm doing Taekwondo applications, whether I say that's what it is or not, it's pretty much Kyusho. Unless I'm saying I'm using, if I say this is a judo application, if I say this is a jujitsu application, then fine, it's for that. But if I start calling out points and making the person get the effect that I want and making them lean down or go back from the reaction, and the person that receives the attack is going, woo, and you see me doing the smacks to heel afterwards, like I got to do to myself because I hit myself too hard, that is Kyusho Jitsu. Maybe Denmark, because apparently from what I've been seeing, I read some of Grandmaster Art Mason's Denmark project stuff, and there is some crossover. So some of that stuff will bleed into Denmark. But I do not consider myself to be a Denmark expert. You can call me a Kyusho Jitsu instructor of the basics. That's about it. And I put the Kyusho Jitsu into the Taekwondo and a little bit into the Judo too, where appropriate. So, if you want to know what that secret style is, it's Kyusho Jitsu. Now, if you want to know where to learn it, if you don't want to get bits and pieces of it from me, there's a magical tool that was created 10 years ago. It's called Google. Google it. See the people who come up. Sign up for their classes. Buy their courses. Go to their instructors if they have an instructor near you. It's like I'm in the Kyusho Jitsu World Alliance. If you're near me and you want to pay the right rate, we can start doing Kyusho Jitsu. I was in Kyusho Jitsu International, but as a student. No, it was Kyusho International, I'm sorry. But I wasn't at up until January 2018. I decided not to renew because I haven't been going to class like I need to. And then when I go back to class, I'll just pay the annual membership fee and go back in. But they have Kyusho International has a great instructor in my area named Dwayne Harper, and Dwayne knows a lot more about pressure points and Kyusho than I do, in my opinion. Because I learned from him, he helped me study up, and then I went and got ranked though in Kyusho Jitsu International. After I got their stuff, and then I was like, well, then there's even more stuff I got to learn. So there's also another guy near me that can teach you Kyusho, but he asked me not to put his information on the internet. And I've been to him, I think, 2 or 3 times, maybe 2 times. But he asked me not to put his information on the internet, so I'm not. But you could probably find him if you would use that magical thing called Google. So you could Google it. So, just to close, the 9 unknown men's martial art is Kyusho Jitsu. That's what it is. If you're a student of mine, you're learning Kyusho Jitsu as you learn your Taekwondo with cross-training and Judo. It's rolled in whether you know it or not. When you see me tapping and healing and stuff like that, and I say, this is how you would do this is how you do it that, you're learning it that way, even if you don't know it. So. And one more time, because I have to repeat stuff for people, Google. Don't just Google and try to get the videos. No. Google, find the instructors, sit in with the instructors, pay the fee, invest in time, and it'll be one of the best investments you'll make in your martial arts career. And P.S., a lot of Aikido people know some of this stuff too. So, thank you for your time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with people who like to talk about the martial arts. And if you're interested in the story of the 9 unknown men, I haven't read it. It looks pretty interesting. It's going to be on my list of things to do. Because now I want to check out that book. Peace.